how have I been doing this for half a year and not talked about the Bayverse once? I mean, I grew up with those films, watched them with my family, and I distinctly remember being excited for Age of Extinction in the last night, thinking there wouldn't be any more after Dark of the Moon. However, I don't necessarily think the movies are good. Sure, I enjoy the action and sound design and occasionally the humour lands, but they aren't exactly high up. I do have an appreciation for some of the design aesthetics though, particularly with the first and last movies. The designs there just seem to flow a lot better, Hot Rod being a particularly good instance of that. So when I came across Studio Series The Last Night Hot Rod in the wild, I figured I'd grab one. And he's pretty good. I'm not often one for Bayverse toys, the complicated designs don't often lend themselves to the way I prefer my figures, but this one strikes a good balance. With incredible sculpted detail all over him, but still retaining notable patches of vehicle kibble within the design, the proportions being nice and solid. I love the sleek but broad build of this figure, but the head placement is a little strange. He looks a bit too hunched and I feel like his head is slightly too small. I do like the head though. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of this head on Hot Rod, but I still quite like it, and it has a very similar vibe to Bayverse Bumblebee. The colours on the go here are great too. The deep charcoaly brown is on point, and the dark grey and burnt orange contrast it nicely for good points of colour breakup. The accessory here looks spot on too. I really like the design of the thing, and it looks good in hand. Articulation here is good with the usual joints on the go, and ball jointed limbs which I haven't seen in a while, but the sculpt does limit some areas like the hips, knees and ankles. However, there are accounts of things going wrong.
Oh, it's been a while since I've recorded. So today I've been roped out of the basement to record a lovely little segment for this Hot Wheels figure here. Toy, car, thing, nothing. It's terrible. I hate this thing. Louis praises it. I mean, look at it, just Bayverse. Ugh. I have a few gripes with this. It was my first Transformers figure, and, you know, to be honest with you, yeah, I was a bit stupid to buy this, but it was £10 from Smith's, and at that time I thought, or was it Starling's? Anyway, it was £10 and I didn't really know what pricing was like, so I thought it was good. I bought it because I wanted a streamlined vehicle, and don't get me wrong, this vehicle is really nice. The fact it goes from such a small, like, slimline robot to this is crazy. It's a super nice vehicle mode, and its transformation is just f***y. It's a Studio Series Bayverse Deluxe. I have a definition for that might be different to yours, but it's a lot of tucking things in and bending things, and yeah, I did not like it at the time, and he's been relegated to a Hot Wheels car ever since. My major issue with this figure is the fact that his head is stuck. That ain't moving. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's a bit of torsion on that post because I've heated it up so much and twisted it so much. He's forever going to be looking sideways because, yeah, the head is stuck and there is nothing I can do to unstick that. He's a really nice robot mode, car mode, and the robot mode's not too bad. The accessory's decent. It's just Bayverse, so you know. You like it or you don't. I instantly moved to blockade designs after this. Another issue actually is also this bit does not tab in for me. I could probably shave the peg down or do something, but then again I'm paying money for something, so I kind of wanted to do what it needs to. But yeah, I really did not like this figure at the time, but it's not too bad now. Especially when, you know, you see this Lamborghini alt mode, and yeah, it's more worth it. Anyway, get him in shot. That is my look on the
For me, the robot mode is still solid as a whole, and it's pretty fun to mess around with, but I can see where people might take issue with parts of it. Transformation is mostly great, the actual process is really involved and exciting, but it's held back by you having to put a lot of stress on the plastic to move some components, and that hurts the enjoyability a little. But the car mode is well worth it for me. This licensed Lambo looks luscious. The details are on point and the mold looks clean as a whole. There are plenty of panel lines, but they blend in quite well and don't take too much away from this mold. There's beautiful sculpt. I really enjoy all the rear details and the clear rear windows look great, and the colour placement is on point with the orange pinstriping and well-placed vehicle details like the headlights and the taillights and louvers. And overall, I just really like this car mode. And as a complete package, this just ticks the boxes for me, and as much as it's a controversial design, I do quite enjoy this look for Hot Rod, and I enjoy when they reinvent the wheel with a character design occasionally. I'd probably recommend this guy to any Bayverse collector or anyone who likes slightly more intricate figures, but honestly this took me a while to warm up to, and I'd say anyone who is used to a blockier collecting focus might want to give this one a think before picking it up.